In a monastery nestled deep in the mountains, resided monks led by a wise and compassionate individual named Takeshi. Takeshi was known for his deep connection with all living beings. He often took walks around the monastery, meditating and reflecting on nature and life. One day, as Takeshi walked near the river, he noticed something floating in the water. Upon closer inspection, he discovered a scorpion trapped in the currents. Takeshi felt compassion for the creature and decided to rescue it, unaware of the profound impact this simple act would have on his life. With great care, Takeshi reached out his hand to retrieve the scorpion from the water. However, just as he was about to grasp it, the scorpion stung his hand. The pain quickly spread through the monk's body. Despite the sting, Takeshi did not react with anger or complaint. He successfully removed the scorpion from the water and gently placed it on the ground. To Takeshi's surprise, the scorpion started following him as he walked away. Takeshi wondered why the scorpion was following him, considering it had already shown that it was not his friend. The scorpion attempted to sting him again. Takeshi halted and contemplated what to do. He couldn't let the scorpion continue following him, but he also couldn't risk getting stung again. After careful thought, Takeshi devised a plan. He found an empty jar and placed it on the ground. Using a stick, he guided the scorpion towards the jar and trapped it inside. Takeshi sealed the opening with a leaf and moved away. Gradually, the scorpion calmed down and remained inside the jar. Takeshi realized that he faced a dilemma in dealing with the scorpion. Despite his compassion for all living creatures, the scorpion had stung him and continued to try to harm him. Should he let it go or keep it with him to find a peaceful resolution? As Takeshi meditated, he realized that the scorpion was simply acting according to its nature. There was nothing personal in its behavior. He also remembered that compassion and empathy were fundamental values in his monk practice. Takeshi decided that he couldn't leave the scorpion defenseless, but he also couldn't risk being stung again. With a solution in mind, Takeshi took the jar and carried the scorpion back to the river bank. There, he set the scorpion free in its natural habitat, away from the monastery. The next day, while Takeshi walked in the monastery garden, a young apprentice approached him curiously. The apprentice asked, "Master Takeshi, why did you continue trying to save the scorpion even when it tried to kill you? Weren't you risking your own life?" Takeshi smiled and calmly replied, "My dear apprentice, the scorpion wasn't acting out of malice or intent to harm me personally. It was simply following its nature. It is our own nature as human beings to try to help others, even if sometimes it hurts us in the process." The apprentice pondered over the master's words and then asked, "But master, couldn't you have found an easier solution than putting yourself in danger?" Takeshi responded, "Compassion and empathy are integral values in our monk practice. We shouldn't show compassion only to those who treat us well, but also to those who treat us poorly. We must learn to be compassionate even with those who hurt us, for we are all part of the same universe. We would corrupt who we are if we responded to evil in an incorrect manner." The apprentice understood and realized that Takeshi's approach to compassion and empathy was truly inspiring. He began to comprehend the importance of showing love and compassion to all living beings, even those who cause harm. After their conversation, Takeshi felt grateful for the opportunity to impart his wisdom and experience to the young apprentice. He was also pleased to know that the apprentice was starting to grasp the significance of compassion and empathy. Over time, the story of the monk and the scorpion became well known in the Zen monastery. People who visited the monastery often referred to Takeshi as an example of compassion and wisdom. The final lesson of the story was that we can learn to show compassion and empathy to all living beings, even those who hurt us. Compassion is not just about helping others, but also about understanding and accepting the nature of all things. The story of the monk and the scorpion reminds us that we should always strive to find peaceful and respectful solutions to problems, even if it means taking certain risks. At the end of the day, compassion and empathy are fundamental values that allow us to connect with others and find inner peace. Remember, never change your nature because of the actions of others. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider giving a like and subscribing. Stay focused. Be happy.